Bam! Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're working back on the 52 Chevy project. As you can see in last week's video, we got the ALTMAN latches installed into the driver's side door. These latches are functioning absolutely perfectly on the driver's side. So in this week's video, we're going to tackle the passenger side. So let's get to it. So for anybody wondering, this is the clutch head socket set that I picked up off of, I believe, Amazon or eBay. And I'll comment down below in the comment section where I got these from and a link to them. But you'll need these to take apart the doors on the truck. So we're going to start tearing apart the door. I take out the screws around the window frame, get the window frame out, take the door handle off, take the window crank out, take the latch off, and it's a combination of these are Phillips screws here. Everything else is pretty much clutch heads. As you get those screws out, this comes out nice and neat. Clutch heads up here that have to come out. Little clutch heads up here, which will probably end up just drilling out or cutting out. And then I believe there's a Phillips head over on this side holding the window track in. Take that out while we can. There's also a regular head here. So we're gonna start switching over to the clutch heads now and start disassembling everything with the clutch head bits. I think these were like 20 bucks for these, but they work. It's what you need. I'm thinking I need to spray everything down, let it soak for a while with some PB Blaster. These are not coming out as nicely as the driver's side. Put the PB Blaster here. We're gonna soak all the screws we need to take out. Let it seep in there for a while. Now we wait. Bing. I've got all the bolts lubed up with the PB Blaster. So we're gonna try our best to get these unbolted right now. Hopefully they come out. If they don't, we're gonna end up just grinding them out or drilling them out. How do they strip? These just immediately strip. These clutch heads absolutely suck. So let me get the drill. I'm gonna try drilling these things out. All right, so I've got my drill bits out, got them sharpened up with the drill doctor. We're just gonna try to drill some of these out and see how that goes, because they do not wanna come out. Got it. That one down there, we're gonna try to get out if we can. The track inside here is in the way of getting this thing out. Oh, there we go. Got the latch out right here. All right, now we gotta get the window out. Kind of jammed in over here a little bit. There we go. Oh, glass came right out. Just like that, it's going right in the garbaggio. So I have all brand new glass for this truck right now. We're gonna mock it up with just the glass in. We'll take it all out again once we go to paint the truck, get through the body work. While the glass is out, we're gonna tint all the glass. I've got 15% ceramic tint for all the side windows and back window. I've actually got 70% ceramic tint for the front windshield. Not in too bad a shape. We got the window track right here. Set that to the side. Now we just need to get out the actual crank mechanism, and we have to somehow figure out how to unbolt this from inside. The window crank mechanism out. So the last thing is there's a bolt inside holding this track in for the triangular vent window. And that's the only thing holding this thing into coming out. And then we're pretty much got the whole door torn down. So I just took a picture inside the door. I'm gonna post it right here. See the picture right here? That's the bolt we have to take out right now. I'm gonna grab my ratchets, get that taken out, get this out. So right down in there, you can see that bolt. That's the top side of the actual bolt. We have to unbolt it from down below. Just sprayed that with PB Blaster. Letting it soak in right now. You can see inside the door here that the truck was green at one point, pre-rust. There's some nice original factory green paint right down yonder there. We're just focused on getting this one bolt out right down there. Once that bolt comes out, then this whole triangular vent window will come out. I'm using my actual impact gun. I'm tightening it up and then loosening it, tightening it, loosening it. It seems to be coming farther. Problem is this track is bending the minute I get it anywhere. Got it. This thing's a pain in the butt to get out. But I prevailed. So now this thing should be completely loose. Come right out. Just like that. This window is now out. So right now the door is completely torn down. I've got the glass out. I've got the piece over here. I've got the triangulated vent window torn out. Got the window crank out. I've got the door handle taken off. Got the latch out on the side of the door right here. So right now we're gonna move on to working on the actual ALTMAN latch install. I'm probably gonna do a custom bracket on the side here, recessed in, smoothed out, just like we did on the driver's side. But this time I'm actually gonna make it a little bit of a thicker piece of metal. I've noticed on the driver's side that it has a little bit of a wonk to it. It's not perfectly secure. I wanna make the side thicker on the edge of the door and then bolt the latch into it, and it should be rock solid. So we're gonna work on that right now. It's hard to see in here, so I'm just gonna have to cut a straight line. I don't know if you can see right here. I'm trying to cut this section out in here. I'm just gonna try to make it as much of a rectangle as I can, just to get that stuff out. Cut right down along this edge here, crossed here and up, make a rectangle piece I'm gonna replace with 11 gauge steel, so the latch has something a lot stronger to bolt onto. Plus it gives us access into the back side here to cut out this double layer that's in the way. So I've got my cutoff wheel on the Dremel. I'm just gonna make these two cuts up top here and then down below here, and the center piece should come out. We'll make a template of the center section of 11 gauge steel, weld that back in, smooth it all out nicey nice, and then we'll worry about cutting out the sections here that we need to cut out. So there's two layers of the door. There's like an outer skin and an inner skin. The inner skin is the part that is the harder part to cut, but we're getting it. Just want to get it out of the way for where the latches are going. That was the problem we ran into on the other side. We'll get that piece cut off. So now we need to change out the cutoff wheel, cut this section off here, make this template up right here. So right now I've got this big gaping hole cut in here. This section right here is kind of about ready to come off. I need to use the Dremel and just cut the inner section of this door out. Then we've got a nice rectangle here. We'll put the painter's tape over that, cut this painter's tape out to make a template out of 11 gauge steel. I don't know if you guys can see, but I've got this all cleaned up, nice and squared up, smoothed out in the corners, down along the insides here. So I'm gonna put painter's tape over this right now. Get this shape cut out, slap this piece of tape down onto 11 gauge piece of steel, replicate this exact shape to weld it back into here to smooth it all out. So I'm just measuring where I wanna cut the hole on the inside here. That came out even better than the driver's side. Nicely rounded out. Still have access to hook on the latch here to the door handle. This will all get covered up with the door panel, so you're never gonna see that hole anyway. And I'll probably end up putting a piece of sound deadener over that. We're gonna sound deaden the inside skin of the door as well as the outside skin of the door. That'll keep the sound down in the doors, make them sound like nice and solid. I've got some patchwork I need to do along the very bottoms of these doors here. It's a little rotted out along there. Should be an easy patch. Speaker will probably go right in the door here. I'm gonna grab the latch plate that came with the ALTMAN latch kit and put it over here just to figure out where exactly do we need to cut in this section. There's the shape we have that we need to cut out of the 11 gauge steel. It goes right in there. Set it down right onto here like this. Gives us a rough idea of the shape we're going for. This is going to be relatively straight along here. I'm just going to cut it here, cut off that little bit there. Then this piece we cut out goes right back inside there. Nice and thick, no bolt holes, no hole we have to fill in with the thinner sheet metal. So that's how you make a template onto the actual new piece of metal right here. I'm going to trace it out with a marker and just start cutting this out. So you could cut with that on there still. I'm gonna peel this off now that I've got it marked, because I don't want it to get in my way when I'm cutting. And that's what we're gonna be cutting out right there. That's why I keep scraps around, because you never know when you might need it. So there's our piece that we're gonna be replacing and welding in. So a little massaging, I was able to get the piece to fit perfectly right in here. Got it held in place with a magnet on the top and a magnet on the bottom. So that's gonna get welded into the end of the door, all smoothed out. Over here, you can see we need to cut this section out right here for where the latch is gonna go. So we're going to work on cutting this out next. There we go. I've got this all held in place. I'm going to throw a tack up on the top, tacking at the bottom because that looks like it's actually perfectly flat right now. Take the magnets off and I have to push it in just a smidge, tack here, tack there, fully weld all the way around this, sand it smooth with the flap wheel, put the template back up over here, trace out this one little section needs to get cut out here, drill 3 holes, get the latch bolted in. It's a process, but it's getting there. This part came out absolutely perfect, a lot better than the driver's side came out. So let's get this tacked into place right now. That came out fantastic. Only a couple little spots I want to touch up with the welder, and this thing will be completely ready to install the latch. Right there, we need to drill these 3 holes, cut that notch out right there. This is going to go in there like this. Yep, perfect. Just like that. So that's what that looks like installed. Perfect, I like it. So now we've got the strike plate here with the strike bolt on it. This needs to get bolted into the passenger side. Again, I'm going to use these right here to bolt this into place on the door frame. Bring you guys over there. There we go. So let's get stuff cleaned up here, then we'll finish aligning this and making sure the latch works. This line looks pretty close all the way along here. So right now I think we've got the door aligned here at this belt line pretty good all the way across, just like that. Needs to get a little cleaned up in here, but the gap seems to be pretty consistent all the way down on this side. It shut with a touch of a finger. Alright everyone, that's going to wrap for this video. As you can see, we got the custom install of the ALTMAN latches done in the passenger side. We did it a little bit differently than we did the driver side. I might actually go back and redo the driver side to match how we did it on the passenger side. I'm not sure if I'm going to film it yet, as you guys have already seen me do it, and it'll probably be pretty boring. And to be honest, I can probably hammer out the driver side a lot faster if I'm not recording it and editing the footage for everybody. So coming up in a future video, if I'm not doing the driver side, we're going to be doing power windows in both the passenger side and the driver side door. So as always, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, smash that big red subscribe button, smash that notification icon down below so you know when I do post future videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.